Good morning, everyone. Um, this has been quite a heavy week for me, and so um, I sometimes just think, "Oh, am I ever going to get out of this? Is this week going to end, Lord?" And then I get a scripture like this, and it's lovely because it is an incredibly encouraging thing. Matthew 11, verse 28 says, "Come to me, all you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So, another thing they say when you get married, you must be evenly yoked. Um, and it's so funny because the rules of attraction are opposites attract. Yeah. And my husband, I mean, we are built differently. I mean, we are just built so differently, physically, and then everything about us is totally opposite. But our yoke is similar because we believe strongly in similar things, like we love God, and Christ is the one that um, we try and let Christ be our navigator together, and we have a similar moral system. I mean, we don't agree on freaking everything, we don't, but we try, and we try and look at each other as well. And so, in that way, we are pretty evenly yoked because of our God. And when God comes and he becomes another oxen pulling the wagon of your life, Jesus actually, he's it's talking about Jesus here, and he says, "Come, my yoke is light, and their burdens are not there." And I always like, Lord, but this life really isn't easy, and the Bible doesn't promise it to be easy, and all that kind of thing. And um, it doesn't mean that there aren't any trials and tribulations. It just means that while we are walking along the path of life, we are pulling, um, like oxen do, a cart, which is life and full of our stuff. And our stuff never really goes away. Our children's trials never go away. We are not secure from the death of our loved ones. We are also in this pandemic. When there's a flood, the Christians are also in the flood. But our fellow oxen, our fellow yoked God, because he comes alongside of us. He's totally elevated and he's totally God. Don't get me wrong, he's not, we are not equal to him, but he is totally more than just that. He gets in it with you. He rolls up his sleeves. Our Savior was a carpenter, he was a worker. And he rolls up his sleeves and he gets down and dirty in your life, and he gets involved and he keeps you safe. And if you have the courage to give him your fear and your anger and your frustrations and your hurts and your worries and your burdens and your stress and that kind of thing, if you are brave enough to give him all that and let him deal with that, then his yoke is light, because the yoke that he shares with you, and you've given it all to him, he carries it, and he carries it in victory. So think about it. Think about the person that you are with, your partner, and think about then having a God that also pulls this wagon of life with you, gets down in the thick of it, and then imagine how you start lifting some of that burden off your shoulder and you give it to God. I, have had to go through a week or so of true introspection and trying to figure these things out. And it's all I got is just, he tells you over and over, my yoke is light. Your burdens are not only yours to carry. So I hope that encouraged you today. And have a wonderful day, and we'll speak again tomorrow.